discuss regarding training and development topic in human resource management. First of all, we will know regarding the training. After that, we will discuss regarding development. What is the meaning of training? In every modern management, the organization has to develop through the human resources development only. Employee training is specialized function or fundamental function for each and every modern management organizations. Human resource management will brings a training program to enhance the employees' skills, conceptual skills, attitudes, and knowledge to achieve the organization goal. The organization will provide training. The training program is the short-term educational process. It utilizes systematic, organized procedure by which the employee is needed. In the training program, employees will increase their knowledge and skills, particularly in their jobs. It is an organizing activity aimed at providing instruction to improve the recipient's or employee's performance or to help him to attain a required level of skills. It is a process to increase skills and knowledge. It is the information regarding training. Once again, we will discuss regarding training. Training in the modern management of organization, human resource will develop the training programs to enhance the people or employees are working in the organization to enhance their skills, knowledge, and personality. For that purpose, the training is given by the organization. It is a process to increase skills and knowledge. Then coming to the development. Coming to the development is to improve the overall effectiveness of employees at their current posts or positions to prepare them for handling more responsibilities in the future. Development is nothing but to improve the overall effectiveness of the employees. What are the responsibilities they are gained? What are the responsibilities they are gained or handled that they have to be fulfilled in the future? They have to develop themselves. The development involves growth of an individual in all aspects like personality, maturity, attitude, etc. And what is the purpose of training? What are the objectives? Objectives of training to prepare the employee, both new and old, to meet the present as well as the changing environment of the job in the organization. And to prepare employees for high level tasks. The objective of training is to develop the opportunities, potentialities of people for their next level jobs. The objective of training to ensure economical out of required qualities. The objective of training to promote individual and collective moral, a sense of responsibility, cooperative attitude, and good relationships. To build all these aspects, the training is needed. And what are the benefits we will get in the training and development? In the training and development, both the parties, like what is the modern management techniques are implemented in the organization has the benefits, as well as an individual like employee will also have the benefits. What are the benefits will be having by the organization? In the organization, improve the moral of workforce, learn from the trainees to implement in future. Another benefit, training leads to improve profitability and more positive attitudes towards profits orientation of the organization. And another benefit through the training by the organization, increasing productivity and quality of work life. And another benefit they will be getting by the organization through the training, effective decision making by the for the problems what they are getting, and best solutions they will get through the training program. And also through the training, the organization will get another benefit, keeps costs down in many areas in like production, personnel, and administration. These are the benefits will be having by the organizations through the training program. And through the training program, what the individual or employee will get benefited. Training programs will be helpful for the individual in making better decision and effective problem solving in the organization. What the problems will arises, it will helps. Training program will use a benefit to the employee in aids in encouraging and achieving self development and self confidence. And also another benefit, by the training program an individual gets an help by handling a personal stress, tension, frustration, and conflicts arises in the organization. And employee will be get benefited through the training program by improving the leadership, knowledge, communication skills, and attitudes. And the training program will be giving the employees increasing the job satisfaction, recognition developments, sense of growth in learning, develop a sense of growth of personal. And also training program helps by the person by developing seeking listening skills and also writing skills for the expressive way. And the individual get the benefit from the training program for gaining or to achieve towards their personal goal by improving themselves. And finally the through the training program the individual get benefited through the motivational variables of recognition, achievement, growth, responsibility, in the organization as well as their personal life. These are the benefits will be getting by the organization as well as an individual. And what are the differences are having by the training and development? By taking of the purpose, training is to develop a special skill related to the job. Related to the development to develop a better personality of a person. It develops a better personality of a person. Related to the job or career, training is a job oriented process. Development is a career oriented process. And in the way of scope, the training is the scope is limited, whereas in the development the scope is a broad. Training is related to the work nature, development is related to the person nature, and training is usually a short term process, its duration is fixed, whereas in development it is an ongoing process and it includes training. And coming to the training process, here we have 5 steps of process in the training. First step is need analysis, second step is instructional design, third validation, fourth implementation, fifth and final one evaluation and follow-up. We will discuss each and every step in individually and expressively. Need analysis. What is meant by need analysis? Need analysis identify the specific job performance skills needed to be improved, where the employee has to improve that they can be identified first, and analyze the audience to ensure that the program will be suited to their specific level of education, experience and skills. According to their level of education, according to their experience, according to their skills, we have to be give a training program by analyzing the audience. Use research to develop specific measurable knowledge and performance objectives. Based on the need analysis, we have to do all these 3 things. Then next step, instructional design. In this step, gather all instructional objectives, methods, media, descriptions of sequence of content. What are the things we have to be implemented? What are the things we need to be instructed over here, that we have to be decided in the next step. Organizing them into the curriculum that supports adult learning theory and provides a blueprint for program development. Make sure all materials complement each other and are written clearly. Carefully and professionally handle all programs elements to guarantee quality and effectiveness. In this instructional design, we have to be prepare a contents which they needed after the first step. After the first step, they have to be in the first step they are analyzing where they are lacking and what are the needs they have. And in the second step, instructional design, there according to the need they have to be prepared to fulfillment of the need in the way of content, that we have to be, for that content we have to be prepare a material or the theories of learning, through that written clearly and carefully we have to be implement for giving all this information in proper manner. And then we will go for the another step, validation. In this step, after doing all these things, introduce and validate the training before a representative audience base final revision on pilot results to ensure program effectiveness. Before the training program how he is, and after the training program how he needs he is getting the skills that we have to know, means we need to do this step validation. After that we will be getting any implementation. When applicable, boost success with the trainer workshop that focus on presentation knowledge and skills in addition to training content. In addition to the training content, the trainer has to be get more information and they can give to the participants in the implementation stage. And they need to be cover what are the contents they are specified by analyzing of the first step, what are the contents they are prepared in the second step, that for that what are the material they are gathered that they can be implement in the implementation stage. Finally, evaluation and follow up step. Here access the program success according to the reaction, learning, behavior and results for the their learning process. To evaluate the in the way of reaction, learning, behavior and by getting of written test or by posing of the questions we will get some responses. Through that we will evaluate the training program. How what is the their level of understanding and how they learn it now, and what is the input we given, that input as they are taken or not we will be decided in the evaluation. If they are getting, means we won't conduct further. If they are not much understanding, we will be preparing for another training session. And what are the methods of training? What are the methods we have in the training program? Generally the training program has two levels, two ways of methods is there in the training. One is the on the job training, another one is the off the job training method. On the job training means the training method has to be implemented in the workplace itself. Off the job means apart from the workplace they will be giving information to the relate to their jobs. And what are the differences are having by the on the job and off the job training method? On the job training method is provided by the superiors to the subordinates. Off the job training method will be provided by the experts from within or outside the organization. On the job method is less costly, off the job method is more costly. On the job method is the less time consuming, off the job method will time consumes more. And on the job training method used where the jobs are simple, off the job training methods used where the jobs are complex. These are the differences are having by the on the job and off the job. Once again we will discuss. Superior to training provided by the on the job method will be superior to the subordinate. It is the less costly and less time consuming and used where the jobs are simple. Off the job method will be training provided by the experts from within or without outside the organization. It is more costly and more time consuming, and for the jobs are which are the jobs are complex, for that of the job methods will be used. And what are the on the job training methods are there? On the job training means learning while doing. When the work is doing in that particular place itself, the method what they are implementing on that particular place, that they will be learn by observing by the what the superior is doing. and it is less costly and less time consuming method. It includes what are the on the job methods are there means apprenticeship training, induction training, internship training, job rotation. These are the four methods in the on the job training method. What is meant by apprenticeship training? Apprenticeship training is the training provided by the to the appointed to the guide to the worker. The trainer is appointed to guide the worker in the apprenticeship training method. The trainer performs the job, then the later the learner will observe and they can implement. When the learner learns all the skills, then they slowly starts taking up the job step by step, and the entire trainer what they given that they can be implemented by observation, they can implement and they can become an worker. In this method is suitable for people seeking entire skills trainers from for example plumbers and electricians. And induction training, in this process of receiving and welcoming an employee when he first joins the company and giving him the basic information so that he settles down quickly. When they are entering into the job on the first day itself, they are giving the information regarding the work and how the organization, what is the work will going in the organization. They will give this information when they are welcoming. They will settle down quickly. What are the objectives? To build up confidence and prevent any nervousness. To build up a confidence, to eliminate the nervousness of the employees in the organization. That is the aim of objective of induction training. And to bring a sense of loyalty regarding our organization in the minds of the employees when they came in the when they are entering into the organization. On the time we need to bring a sense of loyalty regarding our organization, regarding our work. We are motivating means they will be into the positive mind. They will go with the positive confidence, and they won't get any nervousness in any time in the organization in his job. And to develop cordial relationship between the superior and subordinates, it will build a good relationship or cordial relationship between the superior and subordinate through the induction training program. And another training program, that is internship training. In the internship training method, technical institutions and business organizations jointly impact training to their members or employees. The objective of the training is to strike a balance between the theoretical and practical knowledge. The aim of internship training is to balance a practical knowledge with the theoretical knowledge. It has to be given, this method, technical institutions with the business organizations jointly giving the training to their employees. And educational institutions important only theoretical knowledge to their students, and for the practical knowledge they are sent to be the business organizations. In our part we will be going for the industrial camps or industrial visits. For industrial visit, why we are going means we are getting some knowledge, theoretical knowledge in the college itself. What the theory has to saying, that is right or not, we have to observe means we will go for the industrial visits. Over there what is the process is going over there, that we have to be observed. we have to be balanced with theoretical knowledge with the practical knowledge. That will be into the internship training program. And another one is the job rotation. In this method involves shifting the trainee from one department or job to another, one department to another department or another job. They have to be shifted from one to another one. It is nothing but job rotations. If he is doing an audit, he will go for another way of accounting process. If he is doing basic, he is working with the human resource department, like payroll, and he will be shifted into the training department. In the way of the job rotation will be there. He will be assigned more responsibilities by shifting the one particular job to another particular job. Is nothing but the job rotation. Suppose a person is appointed in production department. When he comes to know everything of that department, he is shifted to another department. Once he gains more knowledge regarding that, he can shift from the another department to know more. Then only the development activity will be appears over there through the job rotation. The motive is to that during any circumstances, the person is capable of taking charge of various departments. It is the aim of job rotation. Aim is to motivate the employee at any circumstances. The person can handle any department of activity. That is the main aim of job rotation. And comes into the off the job methods. In the off the job method, learning before doing. Off the job means it is not a particular place to do and observe the work. By observe the work, there is no superior and subordinate relationship. Here, the methods we will be knowing with the theoretical knowledge, then we can implement in the organization. That is the off-the-job training method. Here we will give the lecture. Lecture means information we will provide here. The methods are usually from workplace or out of the workplace. It includes vestibular training, films, case studies, classroom lectures. One by one we will see. What is meant by vestibular training? Vestibular training method, the employees learns. In the vestibular training method, the employees learns their job on the equipment which is placed far away from the workplace. From away the workplace, the equipments what are they have to be handled, that for that equipments they can learn. It is usually done when employees are required to handle sophistication machinery and equipments. The vestibular training will be helped by the people or employees. And another method is films. The films can provide information and demonstrate the skills required for the performing a particular job. Films can demonstrate or provide the information related to their performing of job. What are the skills they required, that they can provide through the films. And another method is case study. Trainees study the cases to determine the problem and analyze the causes, develop the alternative solutions, select the best solution and implement the solution, and follow up. Case study, what previous cases they can study and they can have what is the problem occurred now. That problem they can analyze, and for that problem they can develop alternative solutions. Among the alternative solutions they can select best solution, then they can implement and follow that process. And classroom lecture. Under this method, the theoretical knowledge of managers is brushed up. Theoretical knowledge, the managers will brush up to the people or employees. They are informed of the latest techniques for tracking different problems. And in large organizations, permanent experts are appointed to the pass on such information. Small organizations which cannot be afford to appoint permanent experts invite the experts from the educational institutions to deliver the lectures. Large organizations, they will recruit a permanent trainer. For the small organizations, they cannot afford that much amount for recruiting the permanent expert. They will be they will invite into the educational institutions to deliver the lectures. What are the benefits for the training program? It helps in addressing employees' weaknesses. To eliminate the weaknesses, the training program will help. The training program will improve the workers' performance by getting of more information or getting of analyzing of various tasks, getting of more information and getting of skills, developing of personality. And next benefit is consistency in duty performance. What is the experience they gained, what is the knowledge they have, that they have to be give in the work period. The training programs will helps to make it in as consistently. Team spirit. Training program helps the team spirit develop the team spirit among the workers. And reduction in supervision. Employees become more confident and self-reliant and require less guidance through the training program. Through this, we will have an advantage. We don't require more supervision. Through the training programs, we will develop skills. We will ensure work satisfaction. The training program reduces the cost of organizations by optimum utilization of resources. Training programs reduces the idle times. It leads to increase more productivity. They have more knowledge regarding their process. They are more knowledge they will be getting through the training program. So they will eliminate the idle time and they will increase the productivity. And training programs improve the quality of service of product. Employees will get standard methods and maintain uniformly to their task, means it will improve the quality of service and product. And what are the characteristics of good trainer needs? Good trainer makes you feel at ease. They will give you to feel free to ask all the questions and what are the doubts you are having and what is the information you required that you have to ask. That the character has to be the good trainer. He has to allow the trainees, the employees to ask freely. And the trainer doesn't criticize the individuals but feeds back where it requires. The good trainer communicates clearly and openly. He cannot hide any information regarding the training and their career, regarding their workplaces, and what is the information they required. They cannot be hide. They can be communicate clearly what is the comfortable language, what is the comfortable way of learning. that they have to be provide openly, they have to give the suggestions. Be an expert in the subject. The good trainer means he can be a good expert, he can be a good knowledgeable person in the subject, and he can be a honest about their limitations and gaps between the employees. Be a good trainer, be able to think one on the bounces. A good trainer manage the group sessions as well as. These are the characters will have by the good trainer. And what are the problems in the training program? Training program resistance to change by staff. When the training programs is given on the time, many of the staff is made some resistance to change. That is the main problem will be occurring in the many organizations. It is a costly process for the organizations. For providing the training, it will have some cost. When it has more cost on the time, it will include it to the production cost, and it leads to the increase of the product cost also. It consumes some more time, and it has a problem with the trainer. If the trainer is not good, means we cannot be provide a training program better way. We will have a cost, more cost, and time also waste. And these are the problems in the training. And what we have to be concluded about here means training is an important part of staffing and cannot be skipped if the organization want to bring out maximum from its employees, means can implement. Also, training should be provided accurately, otherwise it leads to wastage of resources. Already we discussed in the problems in the training. Problems of a trainer he has a more baggage with the training program, he cannot be delivered more effectively, that will leads to the time waste and cost also. These are the problems, and this is the conclusion regarding the training program, training and development concept. Thank you one and all.